Have you ever actually been gay bashed?
Well, I'd say that it was a crime of opportunity that turned into a gay bashing because...
A what?
Well, I was walking up Crown Street in Sydney. I had a tub full of bobby pins because Vanity was doing Turn Back Time Share at a bar on Oxford Street and she forgot her big black pins.
Gotta go get the pins.
So I went home to get her pins and I was texting on... To give you a timestamp, it was a Nokia, like a green screen... monophonic ringtone.
So early 2000s.
Yeah, with a non-QWERTY keyboard.
Love.
And I was sort of texting, it was not that late at night, like maybe 11 p.m. And a group of, I think 3 or 4 large gentlemen, I was completely unaware. The next thing I knew, I was just on the ground being kicked.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the pins went flying in the air. And I think... They just wanted to steal my things.
They just wanted the pins.
They
had drag queens in need too.
The unit was loose.
There was another Cher impersonator.
I don't know if my rug will survive this gay bashing, but fingers crossed.
Wait, you really kicked?
Yeah. But you know what I remember thinking? This sounds like a weird statement. But I remember thinking, I'm in the moment, which, you're quite present, but I do remember a thought being like, I'm glad that they're wearing sneakers and not boots.
That's not a weird thought at all. It's like, if you're going to get kicked gay bashed and kicked on the ground, you want to hope for like, bedroom slipper.
Yeah.
Not a steel-toed Doc Marten.
No.
Maybe like a marabou, a marabou mule.
Yeah. Oh, no, the mules have got a hard front if they're loose-side.
Yeah, but they're open toe.
That's true.
Yeah.
You want to hope there's a sack of peanuts hanging out over the front of that open toe.
Yeah, the lacquered corn chip tip grabbers.
Yeah. With no gel nail because that'll pierce the skin.
And please file those.
Yes.
Yes. Wait, so you got kicked? Did you get bruised?
I had some light, I had enough. Like a little bit of blood that it looked dramatic, but no actual injury that meant that I was, long term. Didn't have to go to the hospital.
Okay.
But
did you milk the opportunity for sympathy?
Oh, I wrote a song about it. I performed it at a anti-violence rally, equality. Yep. But I think what happened is that they wanted like wallets and phones. But when I was like on the ground screaming, please, not my face, not my beautiful
face. Not the
moneymaker. That's when it turned to it. Kind of thing. Although they were a block off Oxford Street, which is the gay district of Sydney. So
you know what? I mean, please, if you hate don't go to town.
And yeah,
And
so then I saw an they were like, give me your phone, and I gave them like the Nokia 3210 or whatever it was, and they were like,
you're like, I want a razor. What do you do?
And then like, give me your money, and I had a Gucci money clip, and so all it had in it was like a card because I was a poor twink, but when I moved to Sydney in the year 2000, I need to go back one step further. A rite of passage for a middle-class Australian in the 90s was to buy the first public offering of our national telco. So they were like,
what does that mean?
Like our telephone provider, like AT&T are going public and they've got like a share offering.
Like stock stuff.
Yeah, stocks. But it was like the first time that stocks became like for the people.
Okay.
And so like I bought like $1,000 worth of Telstra shares when I was 16. And that was with my Mr. Tiny Tot 1987 winnings.
Mr. Tiny Tot 1987 winnings.
I know we're going down a lot of tangents, but as viewers of this podcast will know,
we're no
I'm
stranger
very
to
good
at wrangling
it all the way back.
She'll always bring it back. She'll always bring it back.
So after winning Mr. Tiny Tot in 1987, I won $1,000 in a Mitsubishi hatchback Colt. That's a car. Mum and Dad sold the car at a garage sale. Don't know what happened to that money, but that $1,000 went into a bank account with 10% fixed term annual interest.
You cannot find an interest rate like that in a savings account.
You're lucky to get 0.5% these days.
Thank you.
And so cut forward to the mid-90s, I bought $1,000 worth of Telstra shares. Cut forward to the year 2000, I moved to Sydney. I thought this is the time to cash in. I sold those shares for $2,000.
Cha-ching.
Got a credit card, went shopping, bought, among other things, a Gucci money clip. Cut forward to 2004. I'm laying in the street being kicked by this group of men, and they're like, give me your wallet. I'm like, it's a money clip. It's Gucci.
You can pawn it.
Yeah.
So I think the moral of this story is obviously if you invest in any telecommunication stock, you're going to get the kicked out of you by gay bashes.
Well, also the good thing is that the Gucci money clip was actually a moment of like, what? What's he talking about? And that's when I ran.
Oh, it was like the Alaya. It's like in Clueless. It's like when she gets like
keep going
held up. She's like, but it's an Alaya. I know what it's a really important designer. Like that kind of thing. Yeah.
So that's when I got up and I ran. I got to the dressing room at Slide where Vanity was.
Did you bring the pins?
And no. Okay. And she was, as I walked in, she said, "Oh, don't worry, I found the pins."
She doesn't even. You're bruised, bloody, and she's like,
and I'm standing at the door.
I gotta go on my number.
Are you okay? And I was just like, yeah, I'm.
My Gucci money club, and they beat me up, and I dropped.
And I was so shooketh, but I was in shock until that point, and she sort of just held me. She did her number, and then Turn Back Time, Vanity Share, and I, because there had been a spate of violence around Oxford Street at that time, and there was this report, this idea of like, you need to report it so we have the numbers so we can assign the resources.
Yeah.
So Vanity, dressed as Turn Back Time Share, and I went to the Darlinghurst police station to file a report.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there like on like a little wooden bench, and then they took me into a room, and Vanity had to wait outside.
Dressed as
Turn Back Time Share. And when I came back out from making my report, she had taken her wig off, turned it into a pillow, and she was like asleep.
She should have been like, we need to turn back time to before my friend was gay bashed. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so sorry that you had the kicked out of you.
Thank you.
But you know what? You grew out. You became a stronger person.
I did. I genuinely did struggle for quite a while after.
That's
where
horrible.
I felt, I think I was so privileged and innocently blissful up until that point. I didn't know people could just punch you in the head.
You never seen like a karate movie?
Yeah, but like that was on the TV.
It's the TV.
I never got punched. I've never thrown a punch.
Yeah.
And so that was the first time that happened. And it was like a bubble was burst where I was like, oh, it doesn't matter how smart you are.
No.
It doesn't matter how anything you are, someone can walk up to the street and take away your power with their fists.
Yeah. Also, in like, when you add alcohol and alcohol and a little bit of ignorance can really run you. And then you add a drag queen.
Yeah,
not a great recipe.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I was in Glasgow. We've done gigs in Glasgow. Yeah. And for some reason, that town, like the promoters would never let me walk to the gig, even. Like the hotel was like a block away. They're like, no. You're gonna get escorted.
I know the exact, yeah.
The AXM.
AXM, yeah.
And I found myself back at the hotel in the elevator with 5 stag party, kilt wearing, drunk Glaswegians. I was in drag, and I thought it was like the longest 5-floor trip of the elevator. And I was like, these men are either I think they're gonna kill me,
or they're gonna
me. I hope they me first, But I was like, these guys really don't like what I'm selling, and it was scary. Yeah. It was actually scary. And on the short walk over, I was like, it, like they were like they really did not like, and I looked great.
You look great.